Alright guys, I'm here troubleshooting something today. I thought you guys would be interested to see what I'm doing. I have my friend Scotty's Gretsch Junior Jet Club. It is a model G2210, and we're having issues with the sound of this thing. The volume is like half of what a normal guitar usually is. We thought maybe the pickups, like maybe they're underpowered or something like that. We changed out the pickups and it's still the same, like it has no clarity whatsoever. I'm gonna put this guitar, the G2210, we put in the same humbucker that I put in on my Les Paul Gold Top that I built last month. And so I'm just gonna play this. It's no pedals. This is straight through my Fender Hot Rod Deluxe, and I'll put up the settings for you here. And you'll see that it's just on basic settings. So you'll hear this, and you'll hear the clarity of this, and it's fairly loud. Okay, and now I'm going to switch this out to the Gretsch. And this, by the way, the volumes are all up on this. Didn't do anything to manipulate the tone, all right? Switch these two out. And we can hear the difference here shortly. Alright. Now let's hear the difference between the two. Ready? Stand by. It's like half. Like, and I don't know what's wrong. Like somewhere in this guitar is like sweet tones. I can hear it, but it's so low, and I'm thinking it's either like one of the pots, one of the volume or the tone pots, or one of the things I noticed is when you plug this thing in, it's really hard to plug it into the output jack. And so maybe that thing's messed up. So what I'm going to do is rip this guitar apart, the wiring, and we're going to rewire this thing and see what we can find. The guitar's set up pretty simply. We have a master switch, or the switch. We have a the master volume and master tone and the output jack, and it's over here, and that's it. And of course, the control cavities are back here. It's a bolt-on neck. I've already set this thing up, and it's set up to my liking, so it's pretty good. But I'm going to take these cavities off, and we're going to see what's underneath here. But the color, I just wanted to point out, it's a really cool, like gunmetal. I think they call this gunmetal gray, but it's a really nice-looking guitar. We just need it to sound awesome. So let's take a look at what we're looking at here. None of that looks out of the ordinary. That's our volume pot. Everything looks pretty good to me. It's our switch, which I had wired in all the pickups last week, and I know I did a pretty good job on that. That looks okay. This, of course, is the tone pot. Now there's just a rat's nest of wiring in here. Let's open that up and take a look. The dog is barking, so that's interesting. Here's the output jack. I don't see anything out of the ordinary here. That's crazy. Maybe it's just a piece of junk. I don't know. So we're gonna rewire this thing and see what happens. All right. Let's see how it goes. Okay, I have this output jack out. Looks like we have a cold solder there. That's on the ground. But I don't know. I don't have any grounding issue here. I'm going to replace this output jack, and we'll see if that does anything. I don't know. We'll see if that affects the volume. All right, what we have here are the guts to what I tore out of that Gretsch 2210. This is the tone pot with a pretty standard capacitor on there. This looks pretty normal.
I don't, I mean, sure, I wasn't having any issues with the tone, so this, I think, is what the problem was. That, my friends, is a treble bleed circuit. You have a capacitor here and a resistor wired with the input and the output. And what that's supposed to do is not bleed the tone as you turn down the volume. So actually what I think it was doing was just bleeding the tone completely. I'm not sure what happened. But I removed this and in the new wiring setup, and I put in new CTS pots. These are pretty junk import pots, and I replaced the output jack too. This is I don't know what this thing is. So anyway, I will let you hear what we came up with, and I think you'll hear a huge difference just by removing that treble bleed circuit. Let's see what it sounds like.
Okay, guitar guys, I have finished rewiring this Gretsch G2210. Here are the results. Now, I have the amp on the same exact settings as I did yesterday, and I'm going to let you listen to this, and then I'll play for comparison's sake, the Les Paul, which has the same exact pickups. I removed the treble bleed circuit that was on the volume pot. In fact, I put new CTS pots, orange drop capacitors, and a really nice output jack on here. And all right, let's see if you hear the difference. Everything's turned up. I think you'll see it's way louder, like almost twice the amount of volume I was getting yesterday out of this thing. So here's comparison to Les Paul with the same pickups. This one's a little bit louder. I mean, it's a different wiring sequence or setup, so you know that makes sense to me. And plus, this is a mahogany body, and this is like NATO. That could have a difference. But that guitar is so much louder now. I'll play a little bit more through it so you can hear some different tones. But I think my friend Scotty, who owns this guitar, will be rather pleased. He mainly plays rhythm with this thing, so I think it's going to work out great for that type of thing, you know. Anyway, it's done. I'm pretty happy with it, and you can control the volume, obviously, with the volume control and the tone control. If you don't like it so bright, you know, this is a Gretsch, it's supposed to be bright, you can turn down the tone. See how much sweeter that just got? I rolled off the volume, rolled off the tone about 30%. play like some choppy rhythm part. Cool guitar. It just for some reason I don't think was wired right at the factory and was sucking half the volume out of the guitar. But cool guitar if you can get one that's set up right. If not, just remove that treble bleed circuit. All good.